She's a self-described adrenaline junkie who pushes the pedal to the metal, sometimes driving at speeds close to 200 miles an hour. Tia Norfleet is blazing trails and making a name for herself on the track. And I was so ready to take a ride with her. I'm about to meet Tia Norfleet in just a little bit here, and as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit wet out here, which is not the safest for driving, so we're gonna go inside where it's dry. When you get into your car, you put your helmet on, you buckle in, what goes through your head?
Definitely, I'm asking God to keep me covered and keep me safe, and I want to win, of course. But yeah, my mom's a minister, so I keep God first, and like what I like to say, I stay prayed up.
How did you start out?
My path was kind of crazy. I started in a Barbie Corvette, then I moved up to go-karts, and then, yeah, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I was driving my family's minivan to and from karate practice.
I would say, if you do well, if you win, I'll let you drive your mom's car.
And how old was she?
9. 9.
Did Mama know?
No, Mom's at home. I had Mom's car. And I would let her drive her mom's car by herself. So that was her motivation to want to do well, you know, and she would always up. Then it got to the point I would let her drive the car to the store. But I would always have my fingers crossed, you know, but until she got back. And when she got back home, I would get the tongue lashing from Mom, but it had already happened. You can't take it back.
Yes, her dad actually let her drive when she was just a kid. It's a bit shocking, but then you got to think about who her daddy is. Racing legend Bobby Norfleet, a trailblazer himself in the industry. You trained under the first black NASCAR driver. How did that feel?
You know, my idol was Wendell Scott. And I think because one of the reasons he was the only person there that looked like me, you know, and so I just levitated to him, and I wanted to be him, and I wanted to be like him, and I wanted to emulate him. So, you know what I mean? And I watched everything he did. And when I got old enough to actually go and meet him and talk to him and talk to him about the trials and the tribulations and what it takes to be in this sport and how do you survive in this sport without losing your mind. And he took me under his wing at that point and, you know, started telling me the ins and outs, the good, the bad. Like any sport, there's good and there's bad. And we became friends. We became very good friends, and his family and I became very good friends. And then he had the number 34. Then when he passed away, I got the number 34 car. Now Tia has the 34.
And now you're making history. How does that feel?
I guess because I'm living in it every day, it's kind of, I don't know, surreal. And then it's just with me, I'm the type of person, I don't look at it, I'm the first black female NASCAR driver. I just look at it as, look, I just want to drive. I just happen to be a black female.
No matter what kind of driver you are, wow, is it expensive. If you want to be competitive, big time, during NASCAR season, one driver says it costs something like this. $420,000 to build 6 new cars. And that doesn't include the engines, which add another $1 million, closing in on $400,000 more for tires. Not to mention all the crew and travel. So, to be a serious NASCAR contender, you need a sponsor, which has been a big challenge for Tia.
At the end of the day, this is a sport, but it is a business. So I had to learn that this is a business as well as a sport. And I also had to learn that all money isn't good money. I've had people they know that I needed sponsorship and that I was looking for sponsorship, and they tried to offer me things, and the things that they were offering were liquor and tobacco and things of that nature, and that's not the image that I want to portray. And so I had to actually turn down deals because of, it seemed like everybody that was coming at me weren't aligning with me.
So you've had huge shots that would make a tremendous difference in your career, but you've said no to them to make a stand for something you believe in.
Yes.
So Tia is still looking for sponsors, hoping to race in NASCAR's top level, but she and her dad are determined to keep going together.
It's been a long, hard road, you know what I mean? It's been a hard road, but as I tell my kids, no one said it was gonna be easy. When Tia decided this is what she wanted to do, I told her it's not going to be easy. But the advantage she has over most young people coming in now is they don't know the bumps in the road. They have not experienced bumps in the road. She has, because she's seen directly from me. She's seen what I had to endure, or the sacrifices her mom and I had to make and the family had to make just for me.
Mr. Wendell Scott, he blazed the path for my dad, and my dad blazed the path for me. So my dad had it a lot easier than Wendell, and I have it a lot easier than my dad. And so I want to make a way for the next generation to have it a lot easier than me.